underwear.
Are you?
It's a thong!
Yes, I just made you watch Pinocchio wearing a thong that slapped against his tight wooden butt. Why? Because there's no greater pleasure in life than tricking people into watching smut and kids movies. Apparently, speaking of, now that Shrek is on Netflix, did you catch the scene where Lord Farquaad gets an erection? Watch the covers closely after he tells the mirror to show him Fiona. Now look at his face. That's kids' entertainment, baby. And speaking of masturbating, remember that time in Ice Age 3 where Sid tries to milk a ram? As in milk a male animal, which is presumably only possible by tugging on its please.
I'm your baby, and this is my milk.
Don't drink that milk. But that's not all. Remember a scene early on in the first Cars where two female Mazdas drive up to Lightning, yell that they are his biggest fans, and show him their pop-up headlights? You don't have to look at Lightning's borderline drooling face to see that those two cars have just flashed him their breasts. So does that mean that every female car with exposed headlights is technically running around with their tits out? I don't know, but in Cars 2, some other characters throw a lemon party, which is a reference to an extremely not safe for work or school website where elderly men have sex with each other. And speaking of older men doing disgusting things, early in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, Willy tells the children to lick some dicks. Sorry, to lick some wallpaper flavored like dicks. Sorry, let me back up.
The strawberries taste like strawberries. The snozberries taste like snozberries.
Now, snozberry sounds like a random fictional word that Roald Dahl made up and means nothing. And well, he did make it up, but it does mean something. It means dicks. And how do we know these are dicks? Well, because in 1979, Dahl wrote a witty and disgusting story called My Uncle Oswald about a guy known as the greatest fornicator of all time and who has his assistant seduce Europe's most famous men and sell used condoms full of their spent semen to women around the world.
This is kind of strange.
Yeah, strange, Charlie, but it's fun.
Remember, this is one of the world's most beloved children's authors. The term snozberry comes up when she explains how she grabs men by their snozberry and gives it a twist or two to make them hold still. Because again, snozberries are dicks. And speaking further on, did you know the Robin Williams movie Mrs. Doubtfire has a joke about eating literal foreskin? On the surface, the Robin Williams movie looks like a silly comedy in which Robin Williams wears a dress and coins the phrase
Rumple foreskin.
Early on in the movie, Robin Williams tries out a number of different woman disguises, including a babushka-wearing Jewish grandmother who delivers the line,
I should never buy Gribbinus from a moil. It's so chewy.
Robin Williams is actually joking about putting fried into his mouth and chomping down. It unfortunately turns out that Gribbins are chicken/goose skin cracklings, and a moil is the guy who performs a traditional Jewish circumcision. Put it all together, add the chewy part of Williams' dialogue, and you end up with the most horrific joke in a family comedy ever. Alright, I'm getting tired of talking about so what about as in the time Loki called Black Widow a C-word in the first Avengers movie. Yay. See, about halfway through the film, Tom Hiddleston's Loki gets captured by S.H.I.E.L.D. and locked up in a glass cell. While he's in said cell, Black Widow approaches Loki and asks him to stop mind-controlling Hawkeye. The Norse god responds to this with a verbal diarrhea monologue where he insults and taunts Black Widow and calls her,
You mewling quim.
If you don't know what a quim is, a quick Google search reveals that the word is actually a British synonym for female genitalia. Specifically, the term for it that begins with a C and rhymes with, hold on, did Loki just call Black Widow a just kidding. No, he didn't. He called her a whining. Please pay attention. No wonder that Joss Whedon, the movie's director, considers getting that line past the censors to be his greatest achievement, right behind abusing women and everybody he worked with, I guess.